what I realized is that selling the box is not really where it's at. It's actually the value that you bring to your partner, right? So in the Canadian marketplace, I would say that, you know, everybody knows I'm working my hardest for them. I don't solve every problem and I can't fix everything, but I certainly do try my best, and you're going to get a straightforward answer. So, my goal is to make sure I bring somebody a lot of value every time I meet with them. And that is, I'll study them, research them. And then once I joined HP in 2017, I didn't know what I was missing all these years. Not that it made it a little bit easier to go in to get these appointments, but then you're at the industrial level, and these companies really needed a lot of help. And that's when I realized that there was a gap between traditionalists, even in the digital world, who just want to push out some boxes or presses or hit a target or hit a year end, if you know what I mean. And then there's always deals at certain times of the year. And then there's another way to approach it, that if I bring a tremendous amount of value and help you understand, if I can understand your vision and your strategy and apply my solutions to your strategy, well, I don't need to sell the press. It just actually comes along with me attaching myself onto your goals and your dreams. And that's when things started to really take off. So in Canada, the first couple of years were pretty tough, but after that, my mantra was to make Canada the easiest country in the world to do business with. It's a big country geographically, with not a lot of horsepower in the country, and you got to learn, and not a lot of population. You're not going to survive on yourself. If you want to really be big, you got to do business with the world. So I was trying to make it the easiest country in the world to do business with. And how do I do that? By everything I've already said, which is have the right assets. They could be offset. You got to have the right finishing. You got to have a little bit of digital. You got to have a workflow, and you got to have an e-commerce. To grab all of this stuff, and you combine all of these things together, and not try to boil the ocean at once, and you will start to get progress quite a bit. And the companies that have partnered with us, they did very well, right? And they are diversifying themselves. So a lot of companies find themselves dealing with the peak season of Black Friday, right? And that 90% of the revenue all year. What do you do for the other 10 months of the year, right?
Mhm.
How do you fill up those gaps? Solutions like that help you, right? So now I'm trying to help companies fill up those empty months when they're not at peak capacity, right? They either go from not much to do to 3 shifts. This all
Mhm.
happens in 72 hours, right? And then you keep going. So it's 100 or zero. So we're trying to not slow it down, but balance it out so people can kind of sleep at night. I don't consider myself out there selling indigo presses,
Right.
right? I work for HP, and I'm able to walk into your company. I had a wonderful trip this week coming up, arrived in Chicago, made my way up through Wisconsin, making appointments out through Minnesota yesterday. And, being able to walk in to any company, no matter if it's an opportunity, if it's a challenge, it's a problem, it's an obstacle, or they need help, I'm able to walk in and say, how can I help? And as soon as I hear that, right, help might mean help me get some more sales. Help might mean help me cut my costs. Help might mean, can you teach me new processes? Or help might be a conversation you and I are having right now, right?
Sure.
And you continue to do these things, and you ultimately become somebody's confident or trusted advisor. And you trust them. I mean, as soon as you do business with people, not with companies,
Yeah.
right? That's the bottom line to it at the end of the day.